Hello everyone. Today again we discuss about the means of Cold War. This for revision. This video made for revision. So first of all, I want to tell you means of Cold War. In the word after First World War and Second World War, First World occurred in 1914 to 1918, and Second World War occurred in 1939 to 45. So after that 45 year continuously whole world is divided into two hostile group, and they started Cold War over there. Why we said Cold War? Because it's not a actually war, but it can create actual war. Only people use the word of arrow against each other. So that's why often we called it Cold War. So Cold War was based on the principle that if you want to peace, be prepared for war. Therefore, both bloc always remain prepared for war. Is that clear? So here we are talking about means of Cold War. In the means of Cold War, first of all, propaganda. What's the meaning of propaganda? During Cold War, both bloc. Which bloc? You know that USA and USSR. USA and USSR. Is that clear? Whole world divided into two blocks, USA bloc and USSR bloc. So propaganda mean during the Cold War both bloc made full use of means of propaganda and to look down upon each other. They always try to made use of use of newspaper, magazines, radio, television, etc. to best of their ability. The objective of propaganda was to create hatred among the people of the opposition camp, and for this even the good points of opponent were projected as their weak point. Is that clear about the propaganda? Second is diplomacy. Diplomacy was the other mean of Cold War. Through diplomacy both bloc tried to weaken each other, and for this purpose full use was made of diplomatic representatives, embassies, politicians, international conference, etc. Secret services was used to know the people, the weakness of the opponents, and false propaganda was made and confusion was created among the people of the opposite bloc. जब भी उन्हें मौका मिलता था वो एक दूसरे की वीकनेस को शो करते थे. वेन एवर एनी मीटिंग वर देयर, कोई फंक्शन होता है, मीटिंग होता है, इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस होती है, ओवर देयर दे ऑलवेज वेंट एंड ट्राई टू show their weakness and their own abilities. So basic purpose of diplomacy is to promote the interest of own country at the cost of interest of other country. And to achieve this purpose all type of fair and foul method were used. इस पर्पस को अचीव करने के लिए हर सही गलत मेथड को यूज़ किया जाता था. नेक्स्ट इज स्पाइंग. स्पाइंग इज एन आर्ट बाय विच वन नेशन ट्राइज टू फाइंड अदर आउट द मिलिट्री प्रिपेयर्डनेस, stores of arm, military weakness, etc. of the other nation, and to achieve this purpose, citizens of both countries are used. So this is a very old method, as the former king used to make use of the technique, and same technique is used even now. Beside this, because of technical advancement, high tech means are used to get all type of the information about opponents. आज के ज़माने में क्योंकि इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी काफ़ी इंट्रोड्यूस हो चुकी है ड्यू टू हाई टेक, दे ऑलवेज यूज लॉट मेनी मेथड्स फॉर दैट. इज दैट क्लियर? सो lots of money is spent on this, and even spies are kept in the embassies who try to collect secret information by developing contact with the local people. Sometimes such people are caught and are turned out of the country of their posting. During Cold War, both the bloc had made use of technique to know about military installation of other. Is that clear? Next is economic aid. During Cold War, both bloc had made use of technique of giving economic aid to the countries of their blocks. कोल्ड वार के समय दोनों के दोनों कंट्रीज एक दूसरे के खिलाफ इकोनॉमिक एड यूज़ कर रहे थे. सो विद द पर्पस ऑफ कंपनसेट द लॉसेस मेट ड्यूरिंग द वॉर in First War and Second War. By giving economic aid, the rich country make the poor nation their puppets and use them as the टूल्स अगेंस्ट देयर ओपोनेंट्स, फिर उनको एक अपने टूल की तरह यूज़ करते थे. So the dependent countries support their masters even in the international conference by giving votes in their favor. They openly support the action and policies of the nation. Under this policy, Soviet had given huge aid to the Eastern European countries and the USA to the member countries of NATO. Next is power display. Display of power was also means of Cold War, and even today, this method is used by different countries. During the Cold War, different countries had displayed their power, might at different occasions, and purpose of it was to weaken their opponents morally and to uplift the morale of the people of their own country. Besides this, the power display also creates fear among the opponents, and during the Cold War, both Soviet Union and USA had made use of method of demoralize each other. So let's conclude this point, means of Cold War. Here, after discuss about the means of Cold War, we come to know conclusion that during period of Cold War, both the powerful blocks both the powerful blocks had made use of very clever and cunning means. It was the psychological war, which was fought without weapon, and the purpose of different means was to put psychology pressure on each other to lower the morale of the opponents. Clear?